I chose to focus on everything he did right. I was watching a movie, a clip or something. I don't know how I saw it. It may be on TikTok, but it was a daughter trashing her mother because the daughter found out that years ago, probably 10 years ago, that her dad cheated on mom. And the daughter was calling him on weak. You know, you weak. You should have left him. Can't believe you stayed with him after he cheated on you. Um, and I don't know the details around that situation. I don't know if he had an outside kid or whatever, but the mom's response of I chose to focus on everything he did right versus that one mistake he made. It stuck with me because when you think about nowadays, think about how much they tell women, daughters, especially women. You know, some men, of course, especially nowadays, you have a lot of women raising men. They tell, just leave. It's always fight or flight. It's always fight or flight. But it's not fighting to stay in it. It's fight just to get out, or just flight. Not even try to address any issues you have anything with. So I want to say this right here. If you're gonna choose to focus on the negative, you might as well choose to die alone. Simple as that. You ain't gonna like me when I say it, but that's the truth because nobody's perfect. And yeah, I understand infidelity, but if you have somebody of worth, and I'm leaning towards the man, if you have a man of worth, and y'all have not spoken specifically on, I will never touch another woman. I will never have any kind of dealings with another woman now that I'm with you. If you haven't heard your man say that specifically, you need to focus on everything he's doing right. Because if you trying to focus on everything someone's doing wrong, you just looking for a way to get out. So let's get off infidelity. We're gonna get off of that because that's a personal deal breaker of mine as well. But let's say it's something simple as um, you have a girlfriend and I'm gonna do something petty. She doesn't do fellatio. She doesn't want to perform oral sex on you. But at the same time, she keeps your house clean. She helps you pay bills. She makes sure if you have a long, hard day at work, she comforts you. She shows you love, cooks for you. All of these type of things. If you have a birthday, she makes sure you get to celebrate it with some of your close friends or just you and her, but she makes you feel special. But you go out into the world and you may hear your friends talking about, hey man, my girl, boy, she put it on me last night, about giving head or oral. And now you think your girl or your woman isn't good enough. And it's something, but that's what we're being taught is focus on the negative, focus on what I don't have versus focus on what I do have. And let me tell you, it's gonna become a point where you just gonna keep adding things. Like I said, this woman has all this, but you focus on that one thing she doesn't do. So guess what? If you leave her and you go to the next woman and she does that, guess what? You're gonna be focused on everything else she doesn't do, even though she does that. So it's like you can't do that. Women and men, that's just something you cannot do because you will end up alone. You have to focus on everything they're doing right. And if you do that, I promise you, if that person is good for you, because the worst thing you can have in your mind is I gotta find the perfect person for me. No, that is a terrible mindset to have. Um, the mindset you should have is how can I work on myself to the point where I'm an ideal partner for someone else? Because when you get to that point where am I an ideal partner and am I someone that I would want to be with? And if you can't say, yeah, if you're not comfortable sitting in a room alone with all of your stuff, you know, excuse my language, all of your shit, then that's something you gotta really take time to think about because all you're gonna do is get in a relationship and focus on the negative. And it sometimes can really be a root of you don't think you're good enough for that person. So therefore you gotta beat them to the punch of finding something wrong with them so you can have an excuse to run away from it. Because people will stay in toxic relationships because they have what I like to call a scarcity or victim mindset. And what I mean by that is my personal definition of it is if they have that mindset is they subconsciously think this is what I deserve. I don't deserve anything better than this. So when they do get in a situation where it's good for them, and they find somebody that is just awesome as a partner, they find something that is negative. They focus on that negative. Yeah, I got all of this, but this is what she's not doing. This is what he's not doing. Oh, I make more money than him. Or he doesn't want to grow in his job. He's content with what he's doing. So therefore, I need somebody that has a little bit more drive. Well, let me tell you, that person with that drive is going to be the one that if you leave somebody because of the lack of drive and you find somebody with drive, guess what their number one focus is going to be? You think it's going to be you? No. How can I get this next dollar? So you have to choose to focus on the positives. You focus on what you want and how much of that you're getting versus what I think I should get and don't have. And if you do that, I guarantee you, because I see it, I have people who have done this and are happy. If you focus on the positives, you will continue to, you should be happy for your relationship, but you will get that person that attributes to your happiness and makes you even more happy, fills your life with more joy because you focus on the positive. And that's my message for today. So stay up, get off of the negative, or be prepared to die alone.